The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Media Mash, a roundtable of Cowboys insiders dropping wisdom and offering sizzling takes on the current state of your Dallas Cowboys. Now, your host, Newy Scruggs.
Media Mash, let's ride. From the SWBC podcast studio at the Star in Frisco, Texas, I am Newy Scruggs, joined by former Cowboy beat writer and the author, Jean-Jacques Taylor. We've got the Fort Worth Star-Telegram's own Cowboys beat writer, Nick Harris, joining us now as the Cowboys get ready to face the New York Jets, the winless Jets who lost last night in Miami, Florida. So they've got a short week. That game will be at the Meadowlands. So before we get into that, let's just recap a little bit of Sunday Night Football. Cowboys 40-40 tie against the Packers. How did you feel about that, Nick? Because some people thought, hey, this is not bad. It wasn't a loss, not really a win, but they felt pretty good about it. You tell me.
Yeah, I walked out of there like, did we just waste 4 hours of our time? But all in all, the Cowboys wasted one of the best offensive performances that we've seen from this Cowboys bunch in a few years. And that's not to diminish what the Mike McCarthy offense looked like at times over the course of the last couple of years. But when you can score on every possession in the second half, and you even go back to late in the first half, and they were able to string a couple of touchdowns together, and you can't get a win out of that, man, that's tough. Especially against the best scoring defense in the NFL entering that game. You knocked them all the way down to 13th in the NFL in score defense.
But that's who this team is,
and
man.
You couldn't do anything with it except for a tie. You had to get your best out of your offense to get a tie.
7 of 10 possessions with the Cowboys scoring on.
Unreal.
These are your 2025 Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
Who are all pitching in defense and best in the league and worst in the league in offense. It's just flipped around here. Mm-hmm. One of the best offenses. Don't look at me like that. One of the worst defenses. It's going to be like this a lot of weeks, fellas, because here's the thing. I respect the owner. Help ain't coming. Overshawn ain't doing nothing that special this year with that knee injury. What's my man's name? Revels. We ain't never seen him play. You don't know if he can play or not. Help is not coming on the way. So it's going to be like this, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's like Texas Tech. It's like Texas Tech in the airway day.
I won't argue with you on Revel. I will on Overshown. Just because we've seen him come back from an injury in the past and he hit the ground running. But you can't expect to get the full solution out of it.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
And it's
so much positivity coming from you, Jean-Jacques Taylor. So it's not your job to be positive. This I know. But okay. So
I said I was positive about the offense, man.
No, look, after 40-40 tie, trying to find, I was happy because I thought this team was going to get beat badly.
Yeah, like
I did too.
I thought it was going to be bad. They were there, and that and this was just my thing. And I asked Brian Schottenheimer about it yesterday at the press conference. Did Jake Ferguson miss a block out there on Micah Parsons? And he said, you know, Micah's pretty good. And then he said, and this is, I give him credit as a coach, he said, I probably should have had Javonte out there to help him. But that's also a tough ask as a play caller for Jake Ferguson to try to block Micah Parsons, especially down there, something that shouldn't have happened.
Yes, you're not supposed to ask a tight end to block Micah Parsons.
Especially a pass-catching tight end.
You just ain't supposed to.
Not without some help. And that possibly could have been the game, but then you pointed out the play beforehand, they had the opportunity to score a touchdown as well.
Yeah, Hunter Lipke coming around the edge. They had him moving across the formation, and he kind of decked Brevin Spanford in his back, knocked Brevin Spanford off his assignment, and Rashawn Gary flew through the hole and tackled Javonte Williams. If that doesn't happen, there's a walk-in touchdown right there.
And you can't get those back because we saw in football, you make a mistake like that, it'll kill you. So Cowboys offense, 38 points in the game. 38 should be enough for a win in the National Football League, but this Cowboys defense is bad like that. Dak Prescott had to put the team on his back, and he did. Dak Prescott, 40 attempts, 31 completions, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns in the game, 1 rushing touchdown in the game, 124.9 quarterback rating in this one. Rain Dakota Prescott did his job.
No, he balling, man. He looks I mean, we've talked about this some, but he looks very comfortable in the offense. I think Shotty's put in some new wrinkles, some nice wrinkles with the motion. You saw some like we hadn't seen the quarterback draw in forever, and he scored on that. Direct snap to Javonte was a nice little wrinkle. But more importantly, man, I just think he's at that point in his career where he's got the keys to answers to the test. Like he's seen it all. He knows where he's doing. He knows where he's going. Completely comfortable. He feels good. He's healthy. So, I mean, he's just in his bag right now.
3 C's, command, control, and confidence. And when you've got that rolling for you, the way he's rolling it just...
I mean, that thing, a couple people pointed out on Twitter, but I remember tweeting it as it happened. That play in overtime where he's checking and checking.
Yes.
He checks, and then Green Bay makes a check, and then he checks back.
Chase Daniel put a video up.
Right, and then he hits George Pickens right between the corner and the safety. I think I tweeted out right then like, oh, the maestro's getting down right now because you could, and that's what I mean by he's in his bag. It's like, and I said this, Romo had a couple years like that before his back gave out where you can't really stop him. It's just whether they make the catch and whether they protect him so he can get the ball off.
And he erased a narrative that is kind of cooked up over the last couple of years about what he can do against zone defenses, and he torched this zone defense from Green Bay. They ran zone on 87.8% of plays, and you talk about that George Pickens play along the sideline. That was probably his best opportunity in being able to find a hole in the zone, and he did that. He did that throughout the night.
Well, here's the deal: if he's going to be good when you blitz him, and he's good against zone, again, you don't really have you can't really do a lot with them. The only thing that slows them down, and this is me, is if the defense is so bad that they get behind so early that they can't play the way they like to play, right. I.e. third quarter Chicago.
The number of guys catching passes in this game without CeeDee Lamb here was very impressive. George Pickens, 11 targets, 8 catches. You had Jake Ferguson, who had 7 receptions in the game. Jalen Tolbert with 4 catches in the game. Kevontae Turpin with 3 catches in the game. Javonte Williams with 3 catches in the game. Miles Sanders with 2 catches in the game. Flournoy with 2 catches in the game. Luke Schoonmaker with 2 catches in the game.
What?
Yes, Hunter Lipke was targeted once.
$7 million man?
And you're just looking at an array of people who kept making plays. And then you start looking at the longs of some of these catches here. Pickens with a 28-yard score in the game. His long. Ferguson had an 11-yarder. Tolbert with the 34-yarder toe tap that Zach made an incredible throw, and that catch by Tolbert was sensational. Turpin with a 15-yard connection there. Flournoy with an 11-yard connection here. So he's getting guys the ball and getting it down the field as well. So you guys are right. He's playing at a really high level.
But I think he's always been a distributor. I mean, you could argue one of his criticisms is he's been too much of a distributor. I'm always moaning and groaning about why you throwing the ball at Jalen Tolbert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he tends to go to where the reads take him.
Jalen Tolbert, 4 catches, 61 yards.
He get to wear that number 1 again after that catch he made.
No, he doesn't.
He get to rock that one for another week, though.
I will say this: the entire receiver room stepped up, and you needed that when CeeDee Lamb went down. Not only was it George Pickens, who didn't get a reception until the 5-minute mark in the second quarter. That offense was largely gone until he was able to do so. But the entire room stepped up. Turpin, Tolbert, Ferguson, even Flournoy getting 2 catches. Yeah, it was big time.
Let us not forget to throw kudos to Junior Adams, the wide receiver coach here. No CeeDee Lamb. These guys not just they made key plays in a game where the offense had to be good for them to hang in here. Had to be. If they're not playing next level, if Dak's not doing what he's doing here, and they're not making the catches here, this game could have been a blowout. Could have been a blowout here, but Junior Adams, wide receiver coach, his first year with the Cowboys, man, I'm watching Turpin make the kind of plays that I saw him make in college. He's making these types of contributions. And then with Tolbert has gotten better. I know there's some people who are saying after training camp came, do you even keep him? Do you move on from him? Right now, Jalen Tolbert, a game like this makes you say, let's see what else he can do.
I'd still shop him quietly.
And I make him earn that 1 every week. I'm just saying.
Let's stay right there.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
If you move on from him, you're trusting Turpin and Flournoy's what?
Mingo,
or you depending on Mingo here? What
Mingo, baby.
Yeah, Mingo's coming back, assumingly this week. He's certainly ready, just awaiting that practice window to open up. And you're getting CeeDee back. I'm not saying trade him before CeeDee gets back, but I would shop him. In the last year of his deal, he had 7 touchdowns a year ago. He's proven that he can step into a big role, this year without Lamb. I don't know. I think you could get something in return for him for a
team
that needs
GM right there. Right?
Look for a team that needs just a number 2, like a bottom feeder type team that needs a number 2. Why not? The Miami Dolphins just lost Tyreek Hill for the year.
What are you looking for?
Defense. Anything on defense. Anybody. A living pulse on the defensive side of the ball.
Linebacker who won't commit a penalty after balls way past. So okay.
They had a couple of those dumb penalties yesterday.
They had a lot of those dumb penalties.
And a young linebacker they might have a couple years and get a couple years out of,
Okay. All right, look.
Because are you re-signing Tolbert at the end of the year?
No.
I don't see a reality where that happens. Unless he gets another 7 touchdown, 700-yard year, which I don't even know how he gets those targets.
No, you just go get a rookie version of Tolbert.
I was going to say here with Pickens and what we're seeing of this game, if he can back this up and put together some more of these.
He got a month.
Tolbert wouldn't be in your price range because you're going to have to put it towards Pickens, and then you're going to have to. I said, Mingo, you're under contract. Try to get other people stuff. Turpin, you got him under contract. So yes, it's going to get to the point in time where you probably cannot afford him. So you're Adam Grant's book's called Think Again. You're making me think again, and that's what you do. That's what we do. You have the conversation. Oh, okay, yes. Are you going to sign him? If you did want to sign him, what would it cost you here? And you're starting to look at the cost of what because. I would sign Pickens.
Can we wait 3 more games?
And this is just me.
I'm just asking you.
And we were talking about Dak. You give Dak weapons like this is what you can get from him. The past couple of years, man, it's been CD and the maybes, as Clarence would say. Now you got two legit targets here, and a target like Pickens where, hey, man, I'm just going to put it up for you. I mean, we get a holding call, get a PI. I mean, this guy, we're seeing if they keep playing him properly, can help make a difference. Right. And if I'm going to I want to pay for a difference maker. Philadelphia's got 2 dudes out here. Why shouldn't you have 2 dudes? That's what I'm saying. So when you say, can I see some more here?
I just said the month. The month while he's that guy. And
so you want trust, which is cool. Trust requires 3 things: time, proof, and consistency. And that's what you're asking for. Can I get some more of this before I trust you to give you a new deal? Mm-hmm. And
see, here's the other thing with it, though. And I think this is the blessing in the injury, which is he and Dak can now find a rhythm between practice and between games. Mm-hmm. By the time CD comes back, he should be in rhythm with, he should know how to get the ball to Pickens because they've had all this practice time because CD hadn't been out there.
Yeah, you forced the table up a little bit.
That second half was the first time you can go back and look at Pickens' targets throughout the season. That is the first time you've seen a Dak ball get there before Pickens was a turnaround, or it was out of his hand before Pickens was turning around. Like, they are understanding the time, and a switch flipped in that second quarter, late in that second quarter, and this connection is really going to benefit from that.
And once again, considering this has been an organization that's signed guys so late in the process, if you jumped on this thing and got Pickens done versus having to throw a tag on him, I would know this. If I'm Dak Prescott, I would be pushing it very much because, and Nick, you and I have seen Pickens in the locker room. They sit next to each other. There is a true connection, and you can see Dak being the kind of person. First, I tell people, if you're around Dak Prescott, he's a good dude. He's a guy that people like. But for a dude like George Pickens coming in out of the situation he was in, there's no judgment from a guy like Dak. He's incorporating you in there. And this guy feels comfortable. He feels very comfortable.
And he likes CD. So,
but Pickens, I actually think there may even be I won't say closer, but I just think I think Pickens needed a guy like that. A quarterback like he needed that. I don't know. I don't know if he's had that. Well, no, he hasn't had that in the league, but you can see it.
He hasn't had his whole career. Georgia hasn't had a quarterback since Matthew Stafford.
See, I was trying not to go there, but I didn't want to hear that from Patrick Walker. Patrick come down with the tweets. But yes.
Yeah.
But that kind of guy that I think can make a difference for him. And really, I think Dax can make a difference for Pickens, not just on the field, but just in the way he is. Yeah. Dak is that kind of dude, a young guy. If I'm a young guy going in that room, that's the word. Go see him.
Yeah.
Go see him in terms of what he's doing, how he goes about his business. And I think Pickens is a guy that after that game showed me a lot. Because I talked to Babe Laufenberg before the game. No, I said I listened to Babe Laufenberg before the game, and Babe said something I was 100% on. He's like, hey, a lot of people are saying that George Pickens is a number one. He says, I don't think he's number one. I think he's a number two, but I think he's one of the top 40 receivers in the game. He says, I go back to what Curt Schilling used to say about baseball. He says, if you got to ask if a guy's an ace, is he really an ace? And I'm like, yes. Pickens doesn't have Pro Bowls. He hasn't made any All-Pro. He has potential. He's got that time. We hadn't seen it. Well, in a game where there's no CeeDee Lamb against the Packers defense, only giving a 14.7 a game, this dude was making the plays. Like, you know what? Yeah, that's what I want Dak Prescott to have. And if I can have Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Ferguson, I feel really good about this football team.
Can't believe you're making me agree with Curt Schilling. Jeez. God.
This ain't a political conversation.
We're going to take our first break with Nick Harris, Jean-Jacques Taylor. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Media Mash.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Look, school is starting and I'm just a kid. And let's be honest, I'm not going to shop for myself. But we can get up to 40% off back-to-school essentials on Uber Eats. Did I mention I need poster board for my science fair, lunch for my field trip, and unlined note cards for my history quiz tomorrow? Or were they lined? Anyway, Uber Eats has all the back-to-school stuff on there. So come on, let's order now on Uber Eats and get up to 40% off. We're cool, right? Cool.
Not literally everything. Promotion ends 9/16. It is subject to change or cancellation. Exclusions may apply. Check app for availability.
Back to Media Mash.
Tostitos team bags are back. You can get the official chip of the Dallas Cowboys at your local store, available for a limited time. Scan the QR code or visit FritoLayExperiences.com for a chance to win epic experiences all season long. One lucky Cowboys fan will win an epic game day experience and get to be a part of the Cowboys Thanksgiving Day traditions, courtesy of Tostitos. So those Tostitos Cowboys bags are back.
And
bean dip, guacamole, all by itself, cheese, whatever. Now, I can do some stuff. Give me a bag of those. Well, I'll do some work now. I will do some work with a bag of chips. And those Tostitos chips, man, pretty good stuff. All right, got Nick Harris, Football Star Telegram, Jean-Jacques Taylor, former Cowboy beat writer, and the author joining me, Newy Scruggs, right here on the Media Mash. The Jets, winless. Former Dallas Cowboy, Texas A&M star, Aaron Glenn, head coach of the Jets. His quarterback is Justin Fields. He's 0 for 25 when the other team scores at least 22 points.
It ain't like he been on good teams, man. That's such a, and this is not my Buckeye coming out, but that's such a, I mean, come on, man. If he'd been on some good teams, I'd be like, oh, he got a problem. But he been with the Bears. He been with an average Steelers team, and now he been with the raggedy Roots.
Even when he was with the Steelers, he was 4-2.
Had Mike Tomlin.
You know?
Had Mike Tomlin, man. Could get done with Mike Tomlin.
I mean, there are better stats if you want to say he's part of a problem you can pull out than that one.
I'm with JJT here. I think Justin Fields has had really bad luck in this league.
Did you see what he did last night in a losing effort? 20 of 27, 226 yards. Then he ran for 81 yards and a touchdown. All I'm saying is, against this defense, he could be a problem.
Justin Fields has led his teams to an 0-25 record when opponents score at least 21 points. 0-25. Fields is the only winless quarterback out of 46 quarterbacks in this sample over the last 5 years with at least 10 starts made.
Okay, so now we going down the Clarence Hill Road. Can we still mention his name on the show?
You just did.
I didn't want to get chastised later. And the Clarence Hill Road is he put a tweet out, the Cowboys cannot lose to the Jets. And I'm like, the Jets going to beat somebody this year. They ain't going 0-16.
You just tell Shotty 22 points.
And this defense, is
22 points, baby.
So you keep putting that stat out. You know what we're going to talk about next Tuesday? That record is 1-25 because they scored 37 points and Dak could only muster 35.
I don't see it, man. I don't see it, man. I don't trust Justin Fields. I don't trust the Jets.
Hey, man, we didn't trust the Giants.
They beat the Giants.
Hey, man, I'm telling you.
They beat the Giants.
With this particular defense, if me and Nick are alternating plays at quarterback, and so it'll be a game in the fourth quarter. And it could be.
And Caleb Williams won another game. Okay, so maybe
Okay, hey, I would love for the defense to play better, and then we could talk about how they're gonna blow out the Jets.
All right, bottom line, you're not picking the Jets this week.
I haven't made up my mind yet. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I haven't made up my. What's the line? I don't know. Are we supposed to talk about this? I don't know.
You can talk about it. You can bring it up.
I think it's 3.5.
See, they think it's a pick 'em in Vegas.
2.5, 3.5, something like that.
Because the defense.
The defense, man.
Defense is going to allow everyone going to get to hang in there.
Right.
Russell Wilson got to go to the Wayback Machine
check
in
this
there,
out.
okay?
You think Justin Fields wasn't at the office at 5 o'clock this morning? Let me see that tape, coach.
Late night flight, he probably wasn't. But
Nah, you know what I mean, man. He took a chauffeur right to the game.
Tell you what, noon game on the road, this team never shows up. It's been bad for years. And against a team that's 0-4, they're going to be hungry. Against a quarterback that likes to extend plays with his legs, all the right things are in the pot to make this a recipe for
They
disaster.
should win. They should. But again, I'm being very honest. I don't style point this team. This team is not good enough to be style pointing them. So if they can win 37-35, if they win 7-6, they just need to win. They just need to stack dubs. Because if they lose,
yes, I mean this team, as the Joshua Dobbs Arizona Cardinal performance and the Joshua Dobbs Tennessee Titans, but we have seen that before. So could Justin Fields come out with one of those? Yes,
because Justin Fields is average. He's not trash.
But this. I know I said it during the Bears game. Gotta win this one.
Dude, they had 500 yards offense last night. The Jets. Brees Hall ran for 80. They had 200 rushing and 200 passing.
Okay.
And again, this defense don't make me feel comfortable, man.
Does it have to? Yes, I get it.
That's all I'm saying.
I get it. You're right. You're right.
This team is not good enough to just be like, oh, it's the Jets.
0-25. You're right. I'm just saying, man. 0-25. I'm putting my dollar on the Cowboys this week. Buy a Snicker bar. Tostitos. What can I put on it, Chris? What can I put on it and not get in trouble with the league?
Some bean dip.
Some bean dip.
Some black bean dip.
Black bean dip. All right.
The magic number then is 21, because along those same lines,
22.
The Cowboys have lost 30 straight games when they've scored less than 20 points.
Wow. Really?
And since 2018, that Thursday night game against the Saints, that was 18, right? That was 18. Yep.
Brother.
Wow.
30 straight.
Look at that. That's a great stat right there.
There we go.
Here we are.
There we go.
First team to 21. Get the dub.
They'll probably score more than 21 points. This defense is...
Yeah, we said that against the Bears.
yeah. This defense will give up more than 21.
This is what I'm talking about.
But you need...
Because, again, they like to run the ball a little bit. I'm just saying, man.
When the locker room yesterday, defense said they're getting close to. Getting these things, communication's getting better. I mean, and the turnovers. Said they got the turnovers straight. A little bit more communication.
Okay.
Just like that.
I would like to see it, but Sanborn and Murray are still out there on a regular basis for now.
Yeah. You saw Sanborn get taken out for Shamar James for some points in the second half. I wonder, they try to explore that route a little bit more this week. I would like to see at this point Murray, as bad as that is, Murray, James, and Clark. What does that look like? At least you're maximizing the athleticism of Clark and James. It's not a good core, but it's athletic at least.
You done sat down Leafau.
Yeah,
I thought you wanted to see
you can rotate Leafau in there too.
I would still leave Leafau in the game. And Clark, that's my next question. Is okay. So if you're doing that, who are you going to sit?
Yeah,
because Clark sat last week. Sanborn.
That's teacher's pet.
What does Sanborn give you?
Teacher's pet. Teacher's pet
right there.
He show up with he show up with a pink lady apple every day.
That teacher might get laid off at the end of the semester.
Wow. Speaking of that, well, I don't know if speaking of that is the proper phrase. Talking about this defense.
I was about to say this could go a lot of different directions.
Talking about guys. Trayvon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with him starting on the bench, man? Shotty making a point?
You wonder, Diggs after the game, he said you're going to have to ask Coach about that one. So he said he was surprised by the decision. And when Schottenheimer was asked, he's like, yeah, we're going to let him get healthy and, fit into the...
For a play.
Yeah.
See, I'm all for sending messages. One of the things I like about Chris Young and the Rangers is, hey, we gave you Josh Young and some other guys. We gave you plenty of time to play. You're not playing to your standard. Why don't you spend a week or two in the minors eating off that buffet at the end of the game and decide you want to be up here. And while you can't do that in the NFL, I don't mind saying, hey, man, you're not really playing to your pedigree.
And then you'll make the manager who's going to the Hall of Fame walk the plank and go?
Yeah.
You good with that with Chris Young? You good with that?
Yeah. I like Chris Young.
You don't like Bruce Bochy?
I like Chris Young. You think... this turned into a baseball conversation.
You brought it up.
Do we think Bruce Bochy connected with the clubhouse this year? Or did the guys tune him out? Because it sounds like guys tuned him out. As great as he is.
Going to Hall of Fame.
Okay. Used to bees don't make no honey, Grandma used to say. Now, Nick over here cutting people. So, Bruce Bochy.
Trading. Maximizing value, JJT.
I have a suspicion that if Mr. Bochy's managing the Giants or the Braves next year, those will be playoff teams.
His message will be new.
Maybe.
Or maybe those players will be more receptive to his message.
I don't think it's the carpenter. I think it's the carpenter's tools.
Oh, so you don't like Chris Young.
I'm telling you, like Chris Young, you may want to go ahead and get somebody who can close the back end of games. Just saying.
Nah. Now you're 100% true on that.
Okay, just saying. It's
kind of like
true. It's like people get on. You're getting on Eberflus. Okay, there's points and times you can get on Eberflus, but I'm sorry. Does the carpenter have good tools? We talked about last year with Mike Zimmer. My thing with Zim, I'm like, Zim wins with big people. Ain't no big people here up front. It's not what they do.
That's fair.
So at some point in time, when do we look towards the people who are choosing the tools that you're supposed to work with and say, man, that doesn't fit?
Nah, I was correct with you on that. Just like you can't have multiple quarterbacks, I don't believe championship caliber baseball teams have closer by committee.
Matt Eberflus took this job. Oh, I got Micah Parsons. Let's start right there. So defense, I got Parsons. And Parsons so good, I can bring Jack Sanborn over here.
Yeah, because he going to have to cover long.
Right. My man going to cover up some things. Jack will be okay.
Dare I say there's an opportunity for this defense to fall up over the course of the next couple of weeks?
Tell me how.
Falling by losing Malik Hooker for a couple of weeks. Wanye Thomas getting an opportunity. Shotty said something yesterday in the press conference that I thought was really telling. He said, when I asked him, I was like, hey, what do you like about Wanye? Why does he deserve this opportunity?
Yes.
That and third. He said he's a great communicator, and that's what we need right now. He's a very efficient communicator. So I'm looking at that, and I'm like, man, that tells me Wanye has a little bit more in the communication department than anybody else in that secondary, and he's going to be able to elevate them right now, at least from a communication standpoint. And if he's able to do that, if he's able to do exactly, that's all it really comes down to. And if he's able to do that over the course of the next couple of weeks, he was already rotating in before Hooker got hurt.
And let's go in reverse for a second. When did Roy Williams play his best football with the Cowboys? Safety. When he had Darren Woodson over there saying, hey, here you go, right here. What you do? And he was still all right after Woody left, but he wasn't the same guy because it was the pairing that fit.
Do we have a timetable yet on Hooker?
Looks like it's going to be at least a couple of weeks. They're going to reevaluate later in the week as far as the timeline goes to see if IR is necessary, but it doesn't look like IR is happening right now. But again,
but you know, them toes are tricky, man.
Toes are tricky.
Toes are tricky.
We're going to take a break. On that.
Tostitos, right?
You guys trying to pull me
Toe
in.
jam.
Tostitos.
Yeah, I'm smart.
Come on, dude. You Rex Ryan, man.
Nick Harris, Jean-Jacques Taylor. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Media Mash.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Look, school is starting and I'm just a kid. And let's be honest, I'm not going to shop for myself. But we can get up to 40% off back-to-school essentials on Uber Eats. Did I mention I need poster board for my science fair, lunch for my field trip, and unlined note cards for my history quiz tomorrow? Or were they lined? Anyway, Uber Eats has like all the back-to-school stuff on there. So come on, let's order now on Uber Eats and get up to 40% off. We're cool, right? Cool.
Not literally everything. Promotion ends 9/16 and is subject to change or cancellation. Exclusions may apply. Check app for availability.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Back to Media Mash.
The official 2020 Sideline Hat Collection is out now with a collection made for players, coaches, and you. Make sure you stop by a pro shop near you or log on to shop.dallascowboys.com for a Fanatics experience and score your favorite style. Chris Beam, I need to get one of those so I can see exactly what they look like, man. Yeah, man. Get that sideline hat, man. You know?
Yeah. Hey, speaking of hats, just want to point out 5-0, go mean green.
Hey, yeah, man.
Hey, man.
Y'all receiving votes yet?
We are 7.
Yes.
7 of them.
Yes, receiving votes after that.
33rd in the country.
Beat South Alabama. Who's gonna be your coach next year?
It doesn't matter. We're gonna have fun while it lasts.
Okay.
Yeah, look, Eric Morse has done a good job over there. Good head football coach. North Texas, baby. Go
Where did
mean
he come
green.
from?
Washington State OC. Before that, he was the head coach at Incarnate Word. He's been responsible for Cam Ward, John Mateer.
Okay.
That's what I was about to say.
And he got a quarterback right now.
And he got a quarterback right now
So he
that
the quarterback
never
maker.
started a game in high school, this quarterback. So I'll tell you, if you need a quarterback, ask Eric Morris.
How about his quarterback from last year?
Oh, yeah.
Chandler Morris. Balling over there, Virginia. They beat,
I saw that.
Beat Florida State on Friday night.
Chandler Morris with his 6 school.
I did ask Gary Patterson during the week before the game. I said, what clicked for this kid? But Chandler Morris from Oklahoma to TCU to UNT to Virginia. You know what? Take advantage of your opportunities, young man. Rumble, young man, rumble.
I was going to say, when you've been in the league 6 years, you started to get a feel for the nuance and you got the keys to the test.
You know who it worked for? Great? Bo Nix. Mm-hmm. Bo Nix spent a million years at Auburn, went to Oregon, and now he's in the league and dad's out here balling on Monday Night Football. I did not think Bo Nix would be very good in pros.
Is that right? I thought he'd be all right.
But you know what?
Cam Ward, Incarnate Word, Washington State, Miami.
Playing football matters. Remember what Parsons?
Playing football matters.
Too young for this.
Getting 1,500 passing attempts in your college career makes a difference.
Parcells talked about it. Playing football, a number of starts. He wanted to see that. That's where the Bears truly screwed up with Mitchell Trubisky. You took a dude who had 13 starts. You can't take a guy at 13 starts that high and try and throw him out there. It's just
he ain't seen enough.
Right.
He ain't even seen the exotic stuff in college.
The guy was third team All ACC.
If only there was like a Big 12 quarterback in that draft who had like 45 starts.
Or the dude who won a national championship in the draft.
If only.
Exactly.
Nah,
so
that's true.
So we'll this is, to me, that's what you want. I mean, Dak Prescott played a lot of football at Mississippi State. So that's what you want to do. Go find some guys who are actually playing. So when I hear this Arch Manning stuff and people, Cowboy fans, like, well, let's just think we'll get Arch Manning. I said, first off, I don't think the kid's going to come out after 1 year.
No. Because he got money and he ain't played.
And the second thing is, and this was before the Ohio State game. I was like, man, I remember Colt McCoy's first start against the Buckeyes. It could be easy. This ain't the team to come out here and just say, hey, I'm the starting guy. Let's go face Ohio State. It don't end well. Have these Texas guys, and then people jumping on the guy. And then you have people like Paul Feinbaum, anoint this guy as some saviors. Like, stop it. This is college football. It's an adjustment.
Yeah.
And too many times people like to look at certain players who have these rocket ship things that happen in the college or the NFL. They think everybody's like that. It's hard.
It's hard.
It is hard. It is hard. And you want guys who play. That's why I look at a guy like Dak Prescott who played a lot of football and played football at a place in Mississippi State where there weren't a whole lot of great players around him.
That
and
man
that's
took Mississippi State to number one.
Number one.
Mississippi State to number one.
Only one other NFL player on that roster. He's pretty damn good too, but
who's that? Sweat?
Chris Jones.
I asked somebody. This is Justin Fuente. He was doing former Virginia Tech coach, Memphis coach. Well, Justin, I first met him. He was at TCU, and I said, "Tell me the Johnny Manziel story, recruiting story, because I heard you guys passed on him." He said, "Okay, all right. Here's what happened. We saw Johnny at camp. We liked Johnny. Johnny was really good. So we were recruiting 3 guys at the time, and we were only gonna be able to take one. It was Johnny, Trayvon Boykin." Who they offered.
Who turned out pretty good.
He said the third guy that we were recruiting was Dak Prescott. All 3 guys had pretty good careers.
It's a fun trio. That is a fun trio.
All 3 guys had 3. And so he said, we were only going to be able to take one. And that's the one he took. And then A&M, I mean, Johnny just kind of, they offered him, but it wasn't like, hey, man, we got Johnny Man. Like, they didn't run out there on signing day and say, we got Johnny Manziel.
Right.
They didn't say it like that. But they ended up getting a guy who ended up playing pretty well for him. But that was what happened with. And then I said, so what happened with Baker Mayfield? He's like, that wasn't me. I was gone. So it is amazing how all these tales work. I want to ask Dak one day about that whole experience. By the way, who was number 2? If you can find that out for Dak, because he went to Mississippi State. Who's number 2? Who was the runner
behind him?
No, who was the runner-up in his choice for school? I always like asking guys.
Oh, no, yeah, I've made a living asking guys why you pick where you pick. And the stories are often,
Yeah, and like basically who came in second. There's always a good story. The one who almost
I talked to Pickens the other day. He was committed to Auburn for a long time, but it was Miami that came in second for him.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as he can go to Auburn.
Now, recruiting stories are some of the best conversations in the locker room you can get.
They are. They are, especially for a guy like George, who's from Birmingham.
Right.
Birmingham that's a Roll Tide town, man, and to go to Georgia. But it worked out well for him. So we'll be anxious to see what he can do again in against the Meadowlands and the Jets. I really want to see what George Pickens can do. Another performance from him, and then defense got to find some stops this week. Got to find some stops. They got to find some stops, please.
I think, man, they just got to look up under the covers. They're down there.
Look, if they can. This week, we'll stop the run. I mean, this is imperative. Stop the run, because we saw what Green Bay was doing against the run last week. 36 carries, 164 yards, 4.7 yard average here. Jacobs, 22 carries, 86 yards. Josh was really good, 3.9 average. They've got to figure out how to slow the Jets down a little bit there, and then at the same time keep doing what they're doing offensively, running the ball. Javonte Williams has been a dang good running back for them. 20 carries, 85 yards. That 26 carries in the game for 117. Maybe up that up a little bit more this week.
Now they ran the ball. Their offense has been very productive, man. They're running it. They're being physical.
Shotty's good play caller.
No, he was, and just like you gave Junior some props, the offensive line coaches have done a good job, because it wasn't very much drop off with the
man with three starting guys going.
Yeah. Now, do we think Nate's going to get any more playing time?
Thought that was fascinating.
You were talking to him yesterday. Nick had a real in-depth conversation, but we all interrupted him yesterday.
Yeah, that was tough. I felt bad for the kid. No, but he got in at right tackle for 4 snaps, then moved over to left for 13 snaps after Guyton went down. Guyton is in the concussion protocol, so if he's not ready Sunday, it's going to be Nate Thomas at left tackle. Thought he played well in his limited snaps. There were times where footwork was a bit sloppy, and he even admitted to that too, but he's still learning the position. It's tough to ask of a guy going into an NFL game, still learning the position. But, I thought he played well in his 17 snaps or whatever it was. But he was shocked to get in. He was like, man, I saw TG go in the tent. They looked at me and said, you're in. He went, oh, gosh. He's like, it took me a couple seconds, got mentally prepared, and I was ready to go. And so, hey, man, that's a good story. That's a really good story, man. He overcame a lot of odds to be able to make this happen in the span of a year.
Great story, and also just a testament to what they have done as a staff. Clayton Adams, who came over from Arizona, he's the offensive coordinator, but he was an offensive line coach out there. And then the Connor, who they brought in over at from Kansas State, he's done a good job too. That these guys have been able to come in here seamlessly. I mean, Connor Riley. TJ Bass, Brock Hoffman, I thought it was going to be a problem. I thought Mike might be able to get some. He didn't get anything. He didn't get anything on them at all. Did a good job, man. Real good job.
No, they did a good job, and then Shotty did a good job scheming him. They moved the pocket some. They had some rollouts. They hit him with some chips and some other thing. And he was still disruptive, but he didn't wreck the game.
Yeah, and Dak got rid of the ball. On time.
Javonte Williams got in his way multiple times. If you're going to talk about the offensive line's performance on Sunday, you got to talk about Javonte Williams too.
And there's another guy that. If you're Jerry and Steven, you sit around here and you start to say to yourself, could we offer him another contract?
I looked at that. 25 years old. He's a probably best served as a complimentary guy. So if you can get him for your price, then yeah.
Yeah. And still, and Nick, you were talking about Nick's our draft guru over here. Still talking about going in the draft and finding, finding.
That's no doubt.
The thing about it is, though, are you spending a first or a second round pick on a running back? Because if you're not, then you're going to have to go to round 4, and you're talking about another day 3 guy at that point because you don't have a third round pick. So,
and so
maybe you trade that one for
man, that's an option.
And that's to me, that's the one thing I've kind of said is that Green Bay pick may be the pick you say to someone who wants to come and get a quarterback or somebody and they want a 5-year deal on, and you move out of the first round, but you're still high enough to try to get some of the things you want, depending on where you finish. But these are great conversations to have here, but maybe doing a trade down at some point in time could net you some more players.
Now, they love a good trade down around here.
You know what?
Especially if you're in like that 28 to 32 range for the Packers pick, and that 33 to 40 at the beginning of the second round, that's the sweet spot for those running backs. Talk about Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins last year, or a couple more the year before. So
that, and even corners. I mean, you look at a kid like Cooper DeJean. I remember watching him play at Iowa, so I thought he was a really good player there. So you start to find some cats like that in that second round where, for whatever reason, they don't get in the first, but they're right there. I mean, Luther Burton, there's a guy. I mean, that's the kind of thing where if I'm going to do a trade down to the Cowboys, if I say, hey, man, I'm going to move down out of the first, let me find some guys here who could potentially be starters and help us long term. And I think they could, find a way to take one pick and maybe get 2-3 players out of it, depending on how they do it. So
just me, I'd much rather pick in 33 to 40 than 26 to 32. I would much rather do that.
I think it all depends on what you see.
For sure.
And that's
for sure.
What what are your grades, but also just, hey, how can you maximize the pick? Because there's some folks who will give you a lot. You find the right, like Atlanta. I'm like, what they were doing last year. So you never know. It's all depending on who's the dude you're talking to, man. Who's the dude who's desperate and says, Bobby Beathard for years. Fine, I want to move up. Bobby give away next year's number 1 for 2. That was still find that kind of guy who's willing to move off some stuff and see what you can milk him for.
I kind of sort of have your answer to the Dak Prescott recruitment question.
Yes.
He was only offered by Mississippi State, so he committed to Mississippi State before his senior year. He grew up a Texas fan. Texas never gave him the time of day, and LSU tried to offer him super late, and he was like, nah, I'm a man of my word. I'm sticking with Mississippi State. So I guess you could say LSU came in second, but it was really Mississippi State from the jump.
Hey, you know what? Yep. And loyalty, and it worked out well for him.
Go where you love.
Great work, Nick Harris.
What about me? I just did average work.
I think you did fantastic.
You can come back. You can come back tomorrow.
I'm gonna do some great work tomorrow.
You come back tomorrow, man. Hey, that ain't no
Tuesday ain't promised.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed around here.
I'm Newy Scruggs. Thanks to Chris Beam. That's the Media Mash. We're out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!